Now then, Danny boy, it was an eventful night. People will be wondering exactly what you're feeding them with.
Lots of munger, mate. It's changing depending on the time of day, to be honest. I came to spod, but I also brought boilies with me, so I could use the throwing stick if I wanted to, but my intention was to spod. But on the first day, I was racing against the daylight, and I wanted to get a lot of bait out quickly, and I was able to do that with a stick easier than I was with the spod.
A stick?
Yes, mate, a stick.
A very rare sight. Have you been touched by the hand of God?
I've been touched by the hand of Adam Penning, actually, from a couple of shows ago. We went to Skye, caught a load of fish using the throwing stick. I had to change to the throwing stick to catch. The last show we did, back in the UK, I used the throwing stick to good effect. And it just lends itself, this swim, because it's a big open swim, you can spray boilies absolutely everywhere. But one little trick I am doing, in the daytime, rather than trying to put the marker float back out again and use it as a target, I'm spodding, and then leaving the spod out on the surface, and then using the spod as a target and putting the baits out with the throwing stick then. So you're not having to put something in the swim on the bottom, it's just laying on the surface. It gives you an idea of the distance, and then spray a load more bait. So I'm going to get this in and cast it out again, and I'm going to get some boilies in, mate, if you don't mind, because yesterday I got a bite about now, so I'm a little bit late, but to be honest, I crashed out this morning. I hit the wall and had to have a couple of hours kip. So the weather looks brilliant for a bite during the day, so...
Do you think that's old age catching up with you, mate?
Mate, I think it is old age, to be honest. And bearing in mind, I've now put in well over 10 key of boilies with a throwing stick over a couple of days. That's a lot of boilie, and it does take it out of you.
So exactly how much bait are you giving them then, each day?
Well, I started off with 3 key. Excuse me, mate, just get that stick. Just because, you know, that's all I could get out before it got dark, really. And then I'm putting out probably another kilo every time that I get a bite. You see that out there?
Yeah, it's a lovely sight marker.
Yeah. Just means there's nothing on the bottom, you know, to scare the fish away. So I can carry on fishing and hopefully get a bite. And one of the bites I had last night came within 15 minutes of putting a kilo out. You know, in this depth of water, 20 foot of water, you can bait up on their heads as long as you're careful. And you know, when they're feeding, they probably don't even know you're doing it. So
not even disturbing them.
No, that's the key. You know, on these sort of things, I think that's why some of the other teams are not catching, and we are. Me and Tong have really got the bait going out in the right frequency and at the right time of day.
That's very important, that is. It's a matchman's tactic, Dan, isn't it? You're not going out and piling it all in one go. You're doing it little and often. Do you think that's critical?
Absolutely, mate, absolutely. It's one of the major mistakes that people make on these sort of holiday venues is they bait up at the wrong time of day. So they get up, you know, have a wee in the bushes, as we always do, and then get the bucket out and start spodding right at the time when the fish are really heavily feeding. First light, the first couple of hours, the worst time to bait up.
So the top tip is there, you know, leave those early mornings free, let the fish come in and hopefully enjoy a bit of tuck.
Yep.
And then when it comes to lunchtime, that's the time to put some food in.
Especially when it looks like this, you've got the wind in your face, it doesn't look any better in this swim. And now's the time to get a bit in. I've not had a bite for a few hours. You know, you need to activate the swim again by putting more bait out. So pick your times and put the right amount in at the right time and you'll catch a lot more fish.
Well, it's certainly working for Danny boy. We'll leave him, let him carry on getting some more bait out, and then we'll catch up with him, hopefully with another carp. Well, they say there's proof in the pudding, and there's the pudding right in front of you. Exactly what he said. A little bit bait out in the swim, topping it up, and action a few minutes later. Well, Dan, you talked to us about baiting up and a bite a few minutes later. How does it feel?
It feels like good fish, actually, mate. The old line singing in the wind, that normally means there's a load of pressure on it and you can sort of just feel the way it's fighting. It's not charging around as much, but like all of them, it's really banging its head. You just feel like every single one's going to come off. They just don't get caught that much, you know? They're just so wild. Huh?
I'm trying to mind the rod just in case it cut me in the head. Are you feeling as nervous as you did yesterday playing them?
I am actually, yeah. I had a funny occurrence this morning where I don't know if it was a bite and it wasn't there when I picked the rod up, it just came off or what, but the 4 I had after losing that fish, 4 in a row, were all perfectly hooked. And then you have a funny occurrence and then you think, oh God, is it going to happen again, you know? And especially in a match fishing situation,
They
he's
all
banging
count, don't
look
they?
how much he's banging his head. See the
yeah.
tip of the rod. Unbelievable, mate.
Right.
It's only a babby, isn't it?
Yeah, don't want to tempt fate though. Looks like the hook's plumbing the bottom lip, mate. So
I'm not going to take any chances.
no. This will open up quite a convincing lead. Is the confidence building with every minute?
It is now, mate. But I mean, I've just ended up in the plum swim. I've got the wind pushing bang into my face. You know, I'm getting bites in the middle of the day. It's all working as well as it can work now, and we've got to wind in a minute, which I don't want to do. But we're going to go and have some lunch, and I'm going to get plenty of bait out before I go up there.
Well, I think you're doing yourself a disservice because you're doing the right things at the right time.
Get in the net, yes, come on. Another one on the score sheet. Okay. And there he is, 18.5 pounds of Gigantica common carp. Not a giant, but still points on the board all the same. And most importantly, proof of the pudding that the baiting situation is really working now.